Good morning, folks. Um, I just wanted to say that I took yesterday off because I was I was trying to get in a place where I wanted to do a live after the live that I had the night before, um, and that live really left a bad taste in my mouth. Hi, Elsie. That live really left a bad taste in my mouth, and it left my heart heavy. And I had a feeling that could potentially have created a space for somebody, and that person may never come back, of just how horrible that experience was for the person. And as somebody who was the one hosting the space, there is a level of responsibility I have. Um, and it's hard because I didn't even understand what was happening in the chat that day. Y'all know that I usually read the chat a lot, but that day I was doing other things. And so I would briefly see things here and there, but I didn't know what was happening until it was far too late. Um, and so, hi, friends without fries, 1, 2, 3, Trish and Mary. And so, yeah, it it broke my heart. It broke my heart that somebody did not feel heard and respected in the space, um, and uh, felt that they needed to leave because of that. And I knew that once I realized what had happened, I was like, you know, and it's so hard to speak with, when you're speaking with a mixed group of folks, right? And uh we're all grown. Hey, Mary, you said I missed something. Everything okay? Uh, yeah, no, actually, maybe not. Um, two nights ago, I had a live that spiraled out in the chat, and so yesterday I was like, I want to do a live, but I don't feel like doing a live because one of the things that I've always felt like our lives are is respectful of each other, even if people have differing points of view. And that particular live, um, it was like it was hard because um, someone's someone got like hurt, um, and I think it's just one of those things where it wasn't about a difference of opinion. It was about not hearing um, what the person was saying about why it was impacting them the way that it was. And I feel like as folks, it's important for me to feel that the space that I create, people humanize each other and not see each other in a way that kind of like disregards how a person is experiencing a space. And that's hard because it's like, on the one hand, I don't believe in censoring people, but if people like don't hear what the person is saying, don't understand why it's impacting a person in a negative way, and goes, okay, maybe like let's move beyond this conversation, you know. Hey, Anav. And the thing is, one of the participants that night then turned to me and said, well, you're the one who kind of basically was like, said like, well, you brought up the converse. Well, the person didn't say I brought up the conversation, but I had said, uh, I had I had engaged with it once I saw that something was happening in the chat, and they had a strong perspective on that uh, on that conversation. On one hand, I had to swallow my feelings of feeling like they were trying to blame me for the way they chose to respond to this individual. But I swallowed it because at the end of the day, it is my responsibility as the host. And so it was that wrestling in my soul of like, I should have been paying more attention in the chat. But also like, how do you, what's the line between allowing people to share their thoughts to the point where it's not having to be able to communicate to someone. It's not that your thought differs from this person that makes this like an unkind moment right now. What makes it an unkind moment right now is that this person is expressing pain and hurt from this thing. This is not just we're talking about a topic. This is this person is hurt by this. As a community, you know, I choose subscribers to engage in this chat. Not that necessarily that every subscriber understands the community that I'm actively trying to create, but I think sometimes it's hard because I think sometimes when people feel very, very strongly about where they stand on an issue, that we forget how to be in a space with folks with other folks. So it's like, so anyway, so because of that situation, I just did not feel like doing a live. I didn't know how to reach out to the person that got hurt because there's not like a chat per se. And I didn't necessarily, so I don't know. But I do think I've probably lost this person for good. And that sucks. Because the person was a great addition to this community. But I don't expect people to stay in a place that, you know, ended up feeling harmful to them, you know. It's just a bummer. Well, I mean, it's probably deeper than being just a bummer, but, and I know that there's other chat spaces that are far worse. I hear about it all the time. But I have a high standard for the way I hope my people in the chat engage with each other in a way that, you know, it's not just, again, it's not a matter of disagreeing with each other because people can disagree. It's how we disagree. It's how we listen to each other. It's when a person's expressing something to hear what that person is saying. You know, and the reality is I'm not a police. I'm not policing anything. But at the same time, like if there was a line, and unfortunately, again, I wasn't reading the chat extensively that night. And so if I had seen where the issue had started, that maybe I could have kiboshed it very early on. Anyways. So that's why I didn't do a live yesterday. I just felt wretched, and I still feel wretched this morning. I hate feeling that way because I'm like, it's just one of those moments where I'm like, should I keep doing this? If it causes someone pain, should I keep doing this? If people don't respect the space enough to like be there together, be there with each other, and like hear what another person is saying, that it's not just about a difference of opinion, it's something more meaningful to another individual. Can we at that moment just go, okay, does this matter more than the people that's in our space today? I don't know. Anyways, Mary said, as someone who also got emotionally wounded in a live chat, it can be a very hard space to navigate because it's just text. Tone is implied and it's hard to make it all fit in the character limit. Hi, Mildly. Y'all, no, it's raining. No. I'm supposed to be playing a championship, a bocce championship in like less than 4 hours. No, please don't tell me it's gonna be raining during this event. Actually, let me look at the weather here. It's not supposed to even be raining. Oh, showers in our vicinity. Oh my word! I hope it's not showering in Seattle. Sorry, hold on. Let me check. Let me check if we're still. I mean, I'm assuming. Okay. Sorry. Okay. But hi, Mildly. Oops. Mary said, hopefully you don't take that too personally, Bocce. It's not on you to police the chat. You're here to talk to us and facilitate the conversation, not yell at the chat fam. Yeah, and I don't want to be a person that does have to police a space, and I don't believe in necessarily ever censoring anyone who's expressing a thought. I guess I think it's more so that I hope that the space I've created, that the folks can read the room, and go, hey, yeah, my thoughts are like my thoughts and I have the right to these thoughts, but right now I'm in a space, in a room with folks that may be continuing to push this. It it's it it just becomes hurtful and harmful. And I think it's another thing for me too, because this person that got hurt is not just a casual person that just drops in once in a while. It's a person that's been consistent in these lives. And so I, so it just sucks. Trish says, Bocce, your space here is very unique and that you do pay attention to the chat. I try, Trish, for sure. Hi, Up a Creek One. You said, I'm usually in the back just row, just listen to you. Really don't read. Oh, okay. I just read your chat. Oh, sorry, Up a Creek. I do read the chat, so that's true. I try to very much. Miley said, I'm so confused, but I find it very hard to believe that you, of all YouTubers, would offend anyone and agree with Trish. You check the chat more than anyone I know. I don't believe I offended anyone more than I feel like as a host, somehow I didn't protect the space as strongly as I probably should have, if I had been more aware of what was spiraling out in the chat. Trish says, in most lives I go, there are two spaces, the live and the chat space. Chats can get off the rails, and sometimes it's like kids talking when the teacher is talking. I mean, I know for a fact that the chat goes different conversations that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about many a times. But usually it's like folks are still being respectful of each other, and making note of the kind of energy is happening, you know. At least I hope. And I never know how certain things are impacting people, um because sometimes we only know how something would impact us, but we don't know how something's going to impact someone else, you know what I mean? But it once somebody verbalizes how it's impacting them, again, it doesn't mean like, oh, therefore I'm going to have to change my mind, or therefore I can't speak my mind. It's more so like, how do I share my thoughts in a way that is still respectful of a person, you know, that's sharing the space with me at that moment. Anna says, did I read this one already out loud? But I'm not sure. I'll read it again just in case I haven't. I just read it in my brain, but it says, not sure what happened, but you are a beautiful soul, Bocce. Thanks. Thank you. Hi, Suki. Mary said, I'm going to preface this with, I don't know who was involved and if they were new or not, but it can be hard when new people come in because we've all grown together and everyone was so nice and welcoming to me when I was new, and I try to extend that same grace. But sometimes people come in with an attitude or mannerisms that don't reflect the group we've got here, and that's very tough. Yeah. I don't know. If the individual has it. I mean, the person that was hurt definitely is a regular, or was, maybe not anymore. But the other one or two, I believe, either maybe participate in the live usually, or but don't necessarily chat all the time. Maybe, I don't know, but what I didn't want those individuals to think is that I'm saying that they don't have the right to their opinion, or they don't have the right to communicate that. And text is very hard. Somebody can come off rougher in text than they would with their tone and with their, you know, so it's even harder to communicate. It's kind of like when I'm communicating verbally and somebody might say something in the chat and I may disagree with it and I engage with that. It can be frustrating for the person on the other end because they're limited, because they're still typing their thoughts. It's not the same thing as a full-on conversation. And I always have to acknowledge that, you know, it's like, there's always a limitation in text. And so it's not even a thing of like, it's not even a statement of whether or not people have the right to their thoughts. Everybody has a right to their thoughts. It's not even a conversation of whether they have the right to communicate it. They have a right to communicate anything they want, but it's about like, can you read the space? Can you read the room? And can the other person that's in the space with you matter with you, for you in this moment? And again, sometimes a person can say the same thing and it doesn't affect another person, that it affects another person. And that's why it matters that the people in front of your face is who you care about. I mean, not that you shouldn't care about people just because they're not in your face right now, but everybody just responds and feels different things from the same kind of comment. So that's why sometimes people are like, well, why should I care if like I can say this and another person doesn't get affected? Then it's like, well, that's a valid statement. You can make this statement and it doesn't affect another person usually. But right now somebody is, and they're communicating that to you. And the thing is, like, everybody's grown. Like, I can't make you care about that. But as a host, I do have a responsibility now. And I feel like I failed as a host, is what I guess I'm saying. Hi, Veronica. Yes, you did catch a live. Hope you're doing well this morning. Suki said, I've been missing the lives because I'm riding more. Like horses? Oh, reading. Oh, you said reading, I mean. Okay. I was like, oh, like horses. Oh, you're reading more. That's nice. Um, I actually got a book on Kindle recently because I was watching a video, um, and um, it's called Newsboy, because uh, it's a like a story based off of John James, who originally founded a band called the Newsboys, um, and just all the controversy that has come after that too. I mean, like, this is about his own story, but there's so much in that with what has happened with that group that has been sad for me to watch unfold. And actually, they have a lawsuit. They've sued a bunch of people. And actually, I got on a whole rabbit hole last night of watching the Roy's report, who had done an expose on the lead singer, and then now they're being sued for, like, it was a wild ride, and I was like, huh, that's interesting to me, and I almost want to find that lawsuit. I guess they sued like 3 months ago. Trish says the one time you don't maintain your usualness is when things go awry, which is not fair to you. I don't know exactly who was hurt, and I don't want anyone to be hurt. But I want to say that those who have been around for a bit know your personality and heart, and know that you would never want to hurt, offend anyone intentionally. I think this has been expressed above. Thank you, Trish. I mean, and I think the person knows. I think the person who's been a regular knows, but it's one of those things where, uh, it just because I maybe don't like, it's more so like being, you don't want to, if you get hurt in that magnitude, or you get hurt in that way, like it makes you like weary about stepping into that space again. You know what I mean? So I understand. I'm always, and I say this to people all the time, like, I'm pro people taking care of themselves and doing what's best for them. And if they found that the space that I created 2 nights ago, that's because it had spiraled out, like if that's something that they want to potentially, if it potentially happened, like, they don't want to engage again. I understand that. It sucks though. It really does. Hi, Veronica. You said what you're talking about. Just why I didn't do a live last night. And what had happened 2 nights ago with a live that just really made me wonder if I should continue to do this kind of lot. I mean, if I should do lives at all. Like, it kind of, I mean, I know that I'm blessed. I know I'm blessed because I know other people always talk about other lives and how it spirals out, like, on a consistent basis. And so I know it's a rarity for me to have one that goes that way, because most people self-regulate really well. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Let's see here. Veronica said, I really don't know what is happening, but B, you are a super nice person. That's all I can add to the general feeling. Thanks, Veronica. Miley said, Bocce, I'm sending you the biggest but most gentle hug. I hate it when you're upset. Chats get wild. Yours is incredibly well behaved 99% of the time. Thanks, Miley. Yeah. And it's hard to even unpack this a little bit, because I don't want the people, like, to admit, like, I don't want all the people within that space to mishear me. But then a part of me is like, oh, it doesn't, I guess I can't help that either. I gotta be okay with just knowing my own heart and knowing like what I mean. I try my best to communicate what I mean, which is I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't believe in censoring people, but I also don't believe in like not reading the room and caring about the space in the room that we're creating. You know what I mean? Like it's because it's one thing like when people just get heated with each other and they're like going back and forth and debating with each other, but they're in almost like a they're almost in an agreement that they're in like a debate with each other, right? In a way, because they continue to engage on the topic itself until people sometimes may like pull away from that. But when someone's communicating that it's not just this is not a debate, this is more so like now it's hit the level that somebody's getting hurt, and then that's still ignored. I think that's when I'm like, yeah, that's a different level to me, because that's not about a conversation of right or wrong. That's more like, can we respect each other? Um, and even yeah. Hi, Diane, 1965. I think I probably answered your question by answering another individual question. Elsie said, "I don't know what happened, but I love our community. So do I, and that's why I'm really protective of it, and that's why the live 2 nights ago really left a bad taste in my mouth and made me go, should I continue?" Like I needed that breather yesterday, because usually I would love to. I typically do a live almost every night because I love spending time with y'all, but it really took me out. Mary said, "Oh, Bocce, do we get another review?" Oh, of the of the thing I watched, or I can. You know what review I'd give Mary on the movie I watched? That was like, "Don't Say Good Luck." That one made me cry. Miley said, "A lot of people claim they have the best chat community on YouTube, and maybe they're right, but this chat community is the kindest, the most considerate and thoughtful, bar none. We're big on grace here." Oh, thanks. Oh, you said kindest. Kindest. Thank you, Miley. I appreciate that. Mary said, "Have you watched a Travis Barker docu? It's so good." No, I've never. So your Bocce, do we get another review? Is that like connected to your original comment there? I have not seen this Travis Barker docu. I mean, didn't he marry like Kourtney Kardashian, or is that the same person, or is that a different person? I also don't have Hulu or Disney, if that's, I guess it says there. Miley said, "Okay, I think I understand, Bocce. You're being too hard on yourself," which is that's the way I'm. That's the way I'm made. I really am hard on myself. You're holding yourself accountable for things outside of your control. I understand where you're coming from, but you're holding feelings that aren't yours and that you didn't contribute to. Grace, give yourself a little grace. I mean, you're right. It's just, I don't know. It's a different thing when you're hosting a space, the kind of responsibility you feel towards creating a space that isn't harmful to people. You know what I mean? And I tried very hard, and I felt like I had created a space and a container where people understood that, and and so that's why I think I was like somber about it. Trish says, "Big hugs to you, Bocce. Thanks." Hi, MF dash TX5NU. Mary said of what you watched or any movie or show because you've got the best reviews. Do I have the best reviews, Mary? Um, I or are you talking about that one live that I actually talked about voicemails for Isabel? Which again, I still have to put something on the calendar for Bocce Buddies and Bocce Besties for like a live. I haven't done one in a while, and I probably would be fun to do one again. It's just I think summertime is always tough because it's full of activity. It's much easier when winter hits because you're inside more, or at least I'm inside more, because there's just a small window of time where there's a lot of sun here in Washington. Now it's not as dreary. Well, it can be, as sometimes people think it is, rain wise and all that stuff. But yeah. Mary said, especially if we all have different opinions and can share them respectfully, we all get a laugh about it. Yeah. Trish says, can I say too that I'm following the Clancy trial? It's different from the BL versus Wayfarer trial because people on both sides are in chats and people are losing their minds over it in chats. I know this isn't the same, but it's hard being in chats right now. I will say that has been an interesting journey too, right? And that's what I kind of said because the conversation that I was having 2 nights ago had nothing to do with Blake Lively and Wayfarer. And I think that's probably why it spiraled out. Because another topic was introduced that's always controversial every time people have that. I don't know why this person always gets brought in, but they are always brought in. But then the other thing is, though, I think when I'm watching the whole Clancy situation, there's so many people that were on the same page about the Blake Lively versus Wayfarer case that are sitting on very opposite sides right now on how they understand that particular case. I don't have a particular opinion on it, simply because I haven't watched the trial. I haven't done a deep dive of anything, so I don't have a thought on it. But I do find it interesting to hear from every side how they feel about this trial or what they think about this trial and whatnot. So, but yeah, I can imagine that it's probably pretty wild in the chats, as people are very opinionated about where they stand on that particular case. Mary said, yes, that's him. LOL, so funny when that's what people go to. I mean, I know that he's part of a band as well. Can't remember now what the band is. And I know he married someone else that was also famous back in the day. I think she was a model, maybe. I can't remember. But I also heard that he had a crush on Kim Kardashian before he ended up with Kourtney, which I always wonder what the dynamic of stuff like that is. But, you know. Molly said, people crash out in chat all the time. I don't think Bocce understands how toxic YouTube chats generally is because this chat is nothing like any other chat. You know what? You're right. I have been very shielded and I guess it's because I've tried so hard to create a community that is safe for folks. So, I mean, and very early on in this journey, like I was very quick in blocking people who even, I mean, again, differences of opinion is one thing, but like when people are like really out of line, or you can tell that they don't care about actually having a conversation and they just really want to be hurtful. Like those were easy blocks very early on in the process. So, yeah. Mary said, I'm gonna need a Bocce Discord so we can watch stuff together. LOL. Oh, is that what a Discord does? You can watch things together? I always wondered what Discord did. Do you watch things together on Discord? Huh. I didn't know this. Hi, Snorlax. You said, hi, sorry to hear this. This is the only place I felt comfortable chatting in, and you're the only channel I've joined because you genuinely care about your community. Thanks, Snorlax. Trish says, ooh, I want to be in a Discord. My hubby and teenager are in them, and I always feel left out. Huh. I never knew. I better look up what Discord is. I didn't know that this was like what Discord was. I've heard it. I've heard people talk about Discord, but I didn't know what in the world it was. Miley said, yes, Bocce Discord would be amazing. Also a simple way to connect with your community. Oh. Okay. I didn't know. Mary said, I finally got a Discord account because of another YouTube creator, and it's so much fun. They do true crime court stuff, but on the Discord, we also watch docus and Big Brother and House of Dragons and stuff. How? And we play games with each other like Wordle. How do you do that? Miley said, I'm on Discord with a few chat peeps and a bunch of nerd servers. Oh. Suki said, Lauren posted a photo wearing a tinfoil hat and drinking Tide Pods for the people who believe Patrick had something to do with it. And so, yeah, that's another thing. Like, there's people who I, who I care about and respect on that side that does believe that. So I'm hearing both sides. And I don't know if it's even binary necessarily, if there's this side or that side. I think there's in-betweens, and it's a whole spectrum of like where people sit on this topic. I think that there's people who very much believe, that don't believe the theories that people are throwing out in regards to Patrick, but very much believe like the prosecution is doing a horrible job. Kind of thing, like everybody's like kind of in a different, people are sitting in different spots. And also, of course, there's folks that are concerned that the big conversations around like what could have been the conversation because of this, they feel like got lost in everything. So it's just kind of an interesting, it's interesting where everybody is. Miley said, I love Lauren so much, that cracked me up. Suki said, it's her channel. She can do what she wants. I still like her, though. I don't agree. Diane, 1965, what was the live about? Well, the live was supposed to be about Hayden Panettiere and the rumors that had happened in regards to James Blunt and then like her mother's post and stuff like that. It spiraled out not because of Hayden, the conversation on Hayden, but another topic that was brought in. Trish says, I'm kind of glad you're not covering the Clancy case. Bocce can come here and get fresh air. Yeah, I feel like I honestly would feel overwhelmed having to catch up to where everybody's at, and I don't necessarily have the time to go through and watch all these things, and so yeah, so this is why I have what I have. Oh, where it goes. Where did it go? Oh, Suki said, I'm not going to cry because a channel I love and I don't agree. Yeah. And Mary said, Bocce, Travis Barker is one of the most highly regarded drummers of all time. He's the drummer for Blink 182. That's it. That's right. But also has many other projects. I went to the Blink tour last year, and it was like being 16 all over again, but with drinkies and a giant arena. LOL. Miley said, this is the safest community. Think of how many people have said this is the only place they feel safe, the only one. And I think that's why I fiercely guard it the way I do. Mary said Discord. It's interesting that a platform that's meant to bring people together is called Discord. Because when I think of Discord, I feel like, doesn't that word really mean something else? So why is it called Discord and yet it's a place of community? So I'm sure there's a reason for that too. Suki said, "What, we can watch things together?" I'm also surprised. I didn't know that was a thing. And that would be so cool, said Suki. Mary said, "Bocce, please." OMG, OMG, OMG. I mean, I'll look into it, Mary, because I did not know that was a thing. I mean, maybe people told me this before. I feel bad if somebody like told me this before and they're like watching this live going, "I totally told you about Discord before." Sometimes you got to have somebody tell you at the right time for it to register in your brains. Suki said, "I would totally watch things with you guys." Elsie said, "Travis was married to Shauna Mokler before." Yes, I feel like, was she an actress or was she a model? I feel like she was one of those two things. Mary said, "This was the first chat I ever participated in because I saw how respectful and kind and encouraging everyone it was and is, and I don't even have socials with Bocce, and the chat pulled me out." Oh, that's nice. Mary said, "Discord is kind of like Teams or Slack, I guess, but you can stream." Oh, and you can stream and chat and make different channels and stuff on the Discord I'm on. There's a group that takes shifts, so we've got the Big Brother live streams going 24/7 and can pop in and watch them whenever and chat about it. You mean like there's no like copyright infringement or anything? Like they don't it's not a copyrighted thing at all? Like you can watch movies together and then comment? Like that's kind of exciting. Like, because I think it would be fun. Kinda. Yeah, I didn't know that was. Oh, is this free? I hope people are not. Well, I mean, you can laugh. It's like, how long has Discord has existed? And I'm asking about it. Like, what? Miles says gestures at Mary's comments. See, this is a safe place for many people. The only one for some. You did that, Bocce. Thanks, Miley. I appreciate that. Mary said, "Yes, Bocce, you created the space and we all love it here. One bad time doesn't equate to the whole thing. It does suck that happened. And unfortunately, it probably won't be the last one, but we love you." Thanks, Mary. Miley said, "Oh, I got into it with people in the comments over Hayden's mother. I'm in recovery and it's been shocking to me how people in mass don't understand addiction and pass such judgment on people." And she tried to change her tune a little bit, Miley, because I was reading an article and I was like, well, that was very different than what you actually said in the beginning. But I mean, yeah, it's very interesting. Mary said, "LOL, sometimes people come into Discord and aren't exactly friendly. My favorite thing to say is, uh-oh, mods, there's Discord in the Discord." And the mods either remove them or you can mute them. Diane said, "I get into it with Caitlin Clark haters all the time. Our team is so divided, and just when you think they are in a groove, that coach goes and ruins it. It can be very toxic at times." Oops. Caitlin Clark is a basketball player. I don't remember from what team. Miley said, "Yes, it's free, but you can pay for extras." Mary said, "Yes, it's free, and yes, you can stream whatever you want." What? It's not recorded, so you're either in the stream or you're not, LOL. At least from the channel I'm on, they're not recorded. Really? Diane said, "WNBA fever team. She is a phenom that the W hates and has tried to take her out physically for the past 3 to 4 years." Okay, y'all. I just wanted to get to the bottom of the chat, and then I'm gonna just read this. I'm gonna read this. I know that Charles Babcock cracks me up. First and foremost, if you've not watched the one with Elsrich and Karol reading this particular deposition, is a great read from them. It's funny. I wish I could join them. Like, they had reached out, because remember the good old days where Elsrich, Karol, and I could do lives, and like we used to do these readings together, and haven't been able to, because life, you know what I mean? And so yeah. I was just laughing just thinking about some of the lives that we did. Those were a lot of fun. But yeah, it's unfortunately like just our schedules don't our schedules just don't align as easily as it used to, and so it makes it a little bit harder to be able to do things together. But I just want to shout out their live, I mean their video that they did on reading this. And people can read the same thing and totally come away with different takes on it. That's why I never get tired of hearing people read these kind of things, because I'm like, people are gonna pick up on stuff that's different than other people. Miley said, Bocce, maybe Mary and I could create a server for your community and send you a link. Okay. You can email me at boccegohawks@gmail.com. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Okay. And then Mary says, okay, now back to our regularly scheduled programming. And yes, Bocce, I'm down, Mal. We need a group name consensus, though. I mean, what kind of names do they have for Discord? Elsie said those lives were so much fun. They were so much fun. They were so much fun. And it was just really cool, too, because I remember watching. I mean, here's the thing. I remember the days when I was watching Elsrich. And never thought there would be a day that Elsrich and I would know each other, because to me, like, Elsrich is was big, or is big in my eyes. You know what I mean? I mean, the fact that Elsrich has people trying to pretend that they're her, like, that's she needs that blue check mark, because people are popping up with fake accounts trying to pretend that they're her. But so it was wild, even touching base with Elsrich. And I mean, and Elsrich is exactly who she is. You know what I mean? She's very authentic. That is what you see is what you get with Elsrich. Very, very, very real, and same thing with Karol. And Karol and I first got to know each other via her being a content creator. I mean, a comment creator at first. She was first a comment creator, and then eventually did Docket updates and started doing her own YouTube. So it's wild to see, like, just the beauty of how the community came to be together. But yeah. Mary said we need a group name consensus, though. Like the one I'm on is the Courtyard. I don't know if Bocce Court or Bocce's Court or something not related to Bocce the game. LOL. That one is hard. Miley said, yes, group name ideas. Mary said some kind of play on Bocce or something completely separate. Elsie said, love Elsrich and Karol. Me too. They're two incredibly wonderful people who have a strong sense of who they are as people, and they're just trustworthy people. I feel, at least. Miley said it's got to be something about a safe space, right? I mean, I would love it to be about, I don't know. I've never done a Discord. So I don't know what my opinion, how my, like, I don't know how that all works. I just wanted it to be a place where it's a community that cares about each other, you know what I mean? And that means caring about the people in the space as we're sharing space with each other. I don't know what kind of name that would be. I do like alliterations though. So I like, that's why there's bocce buddies and bocce besties and bocce, like, and then the things that I did for like the names of my, like the length of my lives, which is like, I have bocce binge and bocce briefs and bocce breakdown. You know what I mean? So if there's a fun name that is like a BB, I'm down for it. Miley said it's got to be something about a safe space, right? It'll be the name of your server, which represents you. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't. And then it's something that I can't change. So if I commit, I have to commit to it. Is that what you're saying? Diane said, Bum Liman asked for only the docket numbers related to Jed, Jen, and Melissa to be unsealed. I was hoping for more of Blake's, Depo, and Ryan's texts. Oh, you double checked what those numbers were for? I think those were the only ones that were being requested for protective seal, perhaps. Mary said I was like bocce ball and chain. LOL. Bocce's block. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Miley said, I think you can change it. Yeah. I still want the two texts that was supposed to be unsealed from Ryan Reynolds. I still want those unsealed. I hope they still get those unsealed. Mary said, oh, Elsie, that's a good one. Miley said, not me Googling words for safe that starts with B. Anyways, yeah, so if y'all have not seen that the video that Elsrich and Karol did, let me look up what the name of the video was. On this deposition. It's on Elsrich's channel. Oh, let's see here. On the screen, it said, wait, there's more. New deposition pages, I think it says. Is it pages? Yeah, new deposition pages. And the actual name of the title, it says, it just keeps getting worse. And that has 16K views from a day ago. Mary said Bocce's bench. I like the block one better for right now. I don't know. I do like the fact that you said like it's a party vibe or something, like people come together and like do stuff, like that there's like streams or whatever. Diane says Travis has the longest neck on a person I've ever seen. Interesting. I've never thought about it. You know who I thought suddenly had a long neck that didn't have a really long neck before? Shane. Oh, what's his face? He was on A Walk to Remember. Let me see. What is his name? A Walk to Remember actors. Shane West. One day I saw Shane West and I was like, when did he get such a long neck? Because he didn't always have a long neck. So I was I want to see if I can show you why I was like, oh, maybe he's always had a long neck. Never mind. Oh, he's always had a long neck. Why did I think he didn't? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm looking at old photos. I guess he always did. I just felt extra long the last time I saw him. Thought, but looking at these old photos, I'm like, no, no, no. He's always had a long neck. But the length of his neck has looked different at different times in life. Maybe it's the last time I saw him, I was like, whoa, his neck is so long. I never knew. But it may have been the outfit he was wearing. Um, ooh, bocce banter. I kind of like a bocce banter. Um, the bocce bastion, the bocce bash. I kind of like. I I kind of like the bocce banter, bantering around. I'm like banter. What's the definition for banter again? Like, is it like just fun conversation back and forth? I think I like bocce banter because I feel like that's what we'll be doing, bantering. Now I'm gonna Google banter. Banter definition. It's like is it what I think it is? You know how sometimes you use a word thinking you know what it means. The playful and friendly exchange of teasing remarks. Well, I don't want it to be necessarily teasing remarks, but it's playful and friendly exchange is what I like. And that's what I think of banter. Not necessarily the teasing remarks, just the playful and friendly exchange. Mary said, sounds incredibly casual and instantly lets your friends know it is the place for everyday chat and playful arguments. Yeah. I think my top two right now is like bocce banter and then bocce block. And I don't know why it is. I like the block. Like it's just kind of like, hey, this is this is our block. Like this is where we hang out, kind of thing. So okay, now back to the regularly scheduled thing, and let me read this. There's not very much. This was 62 pages. I'm on page 58, and the reason I'm on page 58 is because I've read the other pages in a live before and it's still fresh in my brain. Sometimes there's times I reread depositions because it's been so long that I've forgotten. So anyways, Attorney Hudson, sorry to cut you off, but we're at 7 hours. So I think we're concluded for the day. I'll ask the court reporter to verify. Videographer, we're at 7 hours exactly. Hudson, okay. Babcock, well, I'm going to ask her 2 more questions. Hudson, we're going to adjourn. We're going to adjourn now because it's at 7 hours. And the court ordered that the deposition today would be 7 hours shared among the parties. We are at 7 hours, so the time is up. Babcock, if you would, as a courtesy, allow me to ask her, redacted. Hudson, I can. You can answer that question. And then redacted. Babcock, okay, and I'm going to make a statement for the record that last night at a few minutes before midnight, we were provided an amended complaint that had significant changes from the prior complaint, and that this is a merits deposition. And we have been permitted to ask questions for only an hour. And we object to that, and we will move, if appropriate, for an order of the court to reconvene this deposition. But for now, it is adjourned. And you can make whatever statements. Hudson, thank you. Babcock, contrary to that you want. Hudson, I'm going to make a statement for the record. Babcock, I figured you would. That's what I love. I figured you would. It's kind of like when he asked if she was the one that if she was the outstanding lawyer that had verified the CRD and Ezra Hudson said objection. He goes, I would object. I would object if I was you. That's one of my favorite. I would too, honestly. To me, it was an objection because who wants to admit she verified that piece of a mess? Snorlax said a Bocce bunch, like the Brady bunch. Is that what you're thinking? Miley said high five, Babcock. Diane said, I'm in the Midwest and I feel like I get the late ones. She usually did early morning, but not sure if that's changed. I haven't been on much lately. Who's she? Me? I rarely do early morning ones if you're talking about me. But yeah, Babcock cracks me up. Attorney Hudson said yes. Though we had an emergency hearing about the deposition scheduled on July 17th, and at that time, the court made clear that the deposition of Miss Lively would occur once for 7 hours and gave counsel the opportunity to argue about that and also asked how much time counsel for Mr. Wallace and Street Relations would need for the deposition, at which time counsel for those parties said 1 hour. Counsel has had 1 hour at this deposition. The changes to the amended complaint focus almost exclusively on jurisdictional issues related to the state of New York. And the counsel for the Wallace parties had an opportunity to ask questions of Miss Lively about that matter and any other matter they would like within the hour, did not seek more time in advance of this deposition. Babcock, well, if we're not dismissed, just wait. We might ask for more time. Hudson said, one other thing for the record. We have noticed that each of the defendants present here today taking handwritten notes or actively using cell phones or laptops during the course of the deposition. We expect all of those notes and written communications to be preserved and are putting everyone on notice that none of the notes taken by parties should be destroyed or discarded. Videographer, this marks the end of the deposition of Blake Lively. We're going off the record and the time is 7:47 p.m. Time noted, 7:47 p.m. Yeah, I just imagine. I don't know why I imagined that she takes the notes and all it says is like Ezra Hudson sucks. Blake Lively sucks. Don't you destroy or discard that. Miley said Saturdays and some Mondays are the only morning lives generally. Yeah. Oh, let me see what the weather is right now. Has it stopped raining? Oh, good. It has stopped raining. Okay. Rain ended. Okay. I mean, by the time I finish, I don't know how well I'm going to even do it on this tournament. I'm in the losers bracket, but I'm still going in, so I gotta show up and play well because people in the losers bracket can still make it up to the main championship. It's just that if, like, let's say I make it all through the losers bracket, which I find hard to believe because there's some amazing people playing today that have been playing far longer than I ever have. Though I did beat Greg, and Greg is like an amazing player. Anyways, my point being, if somebody makes it through the losers round and beats everybody, they go into the main championship, and if they have to beat the person in the main championship twice, because but if that person in the winner bracket beats the person that came from the losers bracket, they only need to beat them once. But the person in the loser bracket has to beat them twice because it's a two game. It's a 2 game. Like you can play. You have to lose 2 games to be out, kind of thing. Mary said, I hate that I miss so many lives because I'm East Coast. I cannot be staying up till 2 a.m. with y'all, unfortunately. Totally understandable. Elsie said, I prefer the morning lives. Yeah, back in the day when I used to Like now I work 3 days a week at, like, I have to physically go into the office. I used to work from home all week long. Now I only work from home on Mondays and Fridays. Because of that, that limits my ability, because now I can't versus like sometimes if I woke up early enough, I could do a live until like 7:30 and still be on time for work. That can't happen if I have to physically go to Seattle. So that stops it for me. Miley said same, but I'm Eastern Standard Time. I love watching the night lives in the morning while I'm doing chores. Diane said the host personality is what brings and keeps their viewers. I believe people with the same characteristics stays, and those that don't jive move on. You have a kind is like communication or community. You have a kind community because you are kind. Thanks, Diane. Okay. So there's other things to read from this deposition. I mean, where this deposition came from. I'm kind of reading it backwards because there's a letter that came. Actually, let me read the letter first. Plaintiffs opposed motion for leave to include rebuttal evidence with reply in support of their motion for order requiring Blake Lively to give her deposition. Plaintiffs Jed Wallace and Street Relations, Inc. respectfully moved the court for leave to submit rebuttal evidence with a reply in support of their motion for order requiring Blake Lively to give her deposition. In her response to the Wallace party's motion, defendant Blake Lively injected references to a transcript of testimony she gave in a 1-hour personal jurisdiction-focused deposition in a different case, then pending in the Southern District of New York. Lively used that testimony to claim that her deposition is not needed in this case because she was deposed in a different case on the exact issues relevant to her exorbitant fee application here. That is demonstrably false, directly contradicted by the evidence the Wallace party seek leave to submit. Additional excerpts from the same deposition transcripts would show that the deposition was extremely limited both in time and scope. In addition to being wrong, Lively's position also contradicts her previous designation of the entire deposition under the protective order in New York litigation, which provides such designated material may be used solely for the prosecution and defense of this action and any appeals thereto. Elsewhere, in an effort to counter the argument that Lively opposed the Wallace party's efforts to initiate discovery in this lawsuit, Lively claims that her counsel heard nothing from the Wallace parties between June 16 and July 17. But that claim, too, is false, as emails show that counsel for the Wallace parties emailed counsel for Lively on June 16, June 17, and June 18 to initiate discovery and schedule a Rule 26F conference. Lively's counsel did not respond to these messages while out of the country on vacation. Only after counsel for the Wallace parties followed up a third time on July 17 did Lively's counsel respond on July 18. To ensure a full and fair adjudication based on an accurate factual record, the Wallace party seek leave to submit narrowly tailored supplemental rebuttal evidence in the form of the June-July 2025 email thread between Lively's counsel and the Wallace party's counsel, and pages 1 to 12 and 246 to 92 of the deposition Lively cited in her response, which are attached to this motion for leave and referenced in the Wallace party's reply as exhibits A and B. The court may consider an issue raised for the first time in a reply brief if it is in responding to an issue raised in a non-movance brief, permitting a party to address new arguments raised in response within a reply. Thus, parties are permitted to submit evidence and arguments in a reply brief to rebut a new argument raised by the opposing party in a response. The Wallace party's rebuttal evidence is appropriate and should be considered as it merely responds to an issue raised in Lively's brief and is submitted to rebut a new argument raised by Lively in her response. The Wallace party respectfully requests that court grant leave to submit the attached rebuttal evidence in support of the Wallace party's reply for the limited purpose of rebutting specific assertions in Lively's response. A proposed order is submitted herewith. And then a certificate of conference. I hereby certify that on August 17, 2026, counsel for the Wallace parties conferred via email with counsel for the defendant in a good faith attempt to resolve the matter of the Wallace parties' request for leave to submit rebuttal evidence identified herein and submitted herewith with their reply, including requesting Lively's position on whether she opposed the Wallace parties filing specific identified pages of Exhibit B on the public docket, and if she did oppose, identification of the specific pages or portions of the testimony that Lively contends should be filed under seal. Lively's counsel responded on August 18, 2026, that Lively objects to the Wallace party's request for leave to submit additional pages of Lively's SDNY deposition. I hereby certificate of service. I hereby certify that on this 19th day of August 2026, I electronically filed the foregoing document with the clerk on the court using the CMECF system, by which notification of such filing was electronically sent and served to all counsel of record. Hi, Kimberly. Diane said, that's why we fall asleep to Bocce. Same with Lauren. I will put in a headphone and listen and fall asleep. Not early days, those filings were spicy. Some of those filings were definitely spicy. Mary said, I like watching the replay the next morning while I'm getting situated at work. Oh, thanks, Mary. Diane said, I used to listen to Elsrich in the morning, but she hasn't done as many lately. Yeah, I always watched Elsrich's videos. I didn't know she had done lives because I never got to see an Elsrich live, but I mean, aside from the ones that we did together. But yeah, I always would watch her videos, and I still watch her videos. Okay. So then this is the email they're referring to. So Joel Glover said, Laura, 2 requests. First, we'll be asking the court to set an initial status conference. Now that the motion to dismiss briefing is nearly complete, please let us know if you're opposed. Second, please let us know when you're available for a Rule 26F conference between now and June 30. Many thanks. Best, Joel. And then Catherine on June 17th said, hi, Joel. You should have seen from Laura's out of office message. She's out of the office and out of the country on vacation. We will need to wait until her return to find her availability for a Rule 26F conference. I'll make sure she sees your email when she returns. And then Joel said, thanks, Catherine. I didn't get an OOO from Laura. When does she return? Are you opposed to our request for a status conference? Good to hear from you. Best, Joel. And then on June 18th said, checking in on this. When will Laura be back? Thanks again. Best, Joel. And then on July 17th, Catherine and Laura, I'm assuming Laura is back from her vacation. Are you opposed to our asking the court to set an initial status conference? Can you please provide us with a couple of dates and times next week for a Rule 26F conference? And then on July 18, Laura says, hi, Karol. I hope you are doing well. I'm out of town at the moment and have intermittent internet, but I'm not opposed to requesting a status conference as long as it's a mutually convenient time. We do not agree to scheduling a 26F conference at this time because we do not believe that discovery should occur in this matter until after the court determines if the case is properly before it. If y'all are putting together a motion, we would appreciate the opportunity to review prior to filing. Thanks and take care, Laura. Hi, Laura. And then Karol says on July 18, hi, Laura. Thanks for your email. I've made some changes to the motion based on your position below. Attached is the motion with order. We intend to file this afternoon. So also for all future correspondence, please include all of the folks on this email. Mm. Okay. Kimberly says she hasn't done a live in a while. Supposed to do one with Lauren about the Clancy case. Oh, that will be an interesting one. That would be a very interesting one, I think. And then Pam. Good morning, Pam. Okay. I think that's it. There's nothing new. Let's see here. Let me look at what they have for Lively versus Wayfarer. I know that we talked about it a little bit in the earlier on that the judge did talk about unsealing certain things. So Judge Liman says the court has pending before it motions for sealing at docket numbers 891, 899, 907, 932, 937, 951, 966, 971, 974, 990, 1001, 1002, 1007, 1048, 1049, 1054, 1061, 1090, 1093, 1109, 11116, 11131, 1138, 1152, 1161, 1180, 1192, 1195, 1205, 1207, 1212, 1255, 1336, 1339, 1412, 1415, 1418. And from the court's preliminary review, it appears that much of the information requested to be sealed has been disclosed in one form or another in this litigation. In addition, given the passage of time, the business or privacy interests that may once have supported sealing may no longer do so. Accordingly, the parties are directed to inform the court by letter filed on ECF no later than September 4, 2026, what, if any, information requires continued sealing. Each party's submission shall be contained in a single letter, and such letter shall indicate by a docket number the outstanding request for sealing to which the letter is addressing itself. The letter must also indicate by docket number the specific docket entries from which continued sealing is requested and contain a brief explanation supporting each request consistent with Lugosh versus Pyramid Company of Onondaga. In the absence of a timely filed request for continued sealing, the court will consider any prior request to be waived. I wonder if it tells you. Trish said, "Is that Elsie that's supposed to do a live with Lauren?" I thought that's what it meant. Is it somebody different? Because if Elsrich and Lauren did one, I think that would be really interesting. Unless it is somebody different that they're talking about. I need to take a quick bio break. Sorry, folks. Oh, Pam says there's a Reddit post that has something that talks about what still needs to be sealed. Okay. I need to take a quick mini break. I'll be back in a second. So I'm gonna play something from the Backstabbers. Let's see. Hold on. I'll be back.
Why are you redacting words we read before? So frustrating to see you play games with the law. You said he's silencing you. How is he doing that? You're the one with the black boxes. I read your violin and all I can say is highly redacted, redacted, redacted. Baldoni redacted, redacted, redacted. He redacted, redacted, redacted. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Your narrative spin just made me gag. My eyes couldn't roll far enough back. I can't take you seriously. This didn't need to go this far. You said he's silencing you. How is he doing that? You're the one with the black boxes. I read your violin and all I can say is slightly redacted, redacted, redacted. Baldoni redacted, redacted, redacted. He redacted, redacted, redacted. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. This is the vote PR. How do I know? All the headlines keep people speculating. You said he's silencing you. How is he doing that? You're the one with the black boxes. I read your violin and all I can say is lightly redacted, redacted, redacted. Baldoni redacted, redacted, redacted. He redacted, redacted, redacted. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. How is it silent? You're the one with the black box. Redacted, redacted, redacted. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. You think I didn't clock you? I saw what you were plotting. Not on my watch, now you're playing victim after wreaking all this havoc. You want him to clean up your mess. No, 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 no more. You made this bed, now live in it. You dug this grave, now lay in it. We didn't bury you, you bury you. Take a good look in the mirror, cause you bury you. You got some real audacity after everything you did, trying to act all innocent. Any grace I had for you is gone. This is not a miscommunication. You're just lying and playing in our faces. No, 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 no more. You made this bed, now live in it. You dug this grave, now lay in it. We didn't bury you, you bury you. Take a good look in the mirror, cause you bury you. What's the new lie this week? What are you now hiding in redactions? Anybody who still believes you're telling the truth, I got a bridge to sell them. You made this bed, now live in it.
Oh, yeah.
You dug this grave, now lay in it. We didn't bury you, you bury you. Take a good look in the mirror, cause you bury you.
All right. I didn't know how long I was gonna be gone. But yeah, I remember Buried now. It's kind of fun reminiscing, going back to some of these songs. But yeah, no, that is pretty much, I think, all that's happening. But this actually makes me think about, this wasn't like, I don't know if y'all remember this, but this was like a full like concept. I don't know if I would say it's like a concept album, but this one had a purpose. You know, it started with The Truth Always Comes Out, and then Don't Settle. Remember, don't settle. Please don't settle. So it's kind of, it's, you know, this had a purpose, versus like when I made when I made this one, The Court of Public Opinion.
The world.
This one had no rhyme or reason. I just stuck 17 songs. I just stuck 17 songs on here. So I don't know. Hi, Echo. Pam, oh yeah, that's right. Pam said there was a Reddit post explaining what's still sealed. Kimberly said Elsie and Lauren, they're on opposite sides, sort of. Yeah, that's why I think it'd be very interesting, because obviously you have two people who respect each other, who see things differently. And I think that's like the best kind of conversation to have. Trish says they will be an interesting live. We'll need mods for sure. Pam said, yeah, Clancy live with Elsie and Lauren may be interesting. I think it's Elsrich though, like not Elsie. Oh wait, wait a minute. Now I'm confused. Which Elsie is going? Is it Elsrich or? Okay, Pam. Oh, okay, gotcha. You said you meant Elsrich. Okay, got it. I was like, I got confused for a second. Diane said, didn't you used to do early morning before work until you started your walking more? Maybe I'm confused. Yes, this is true. I always said that I needed to hit a certain amount of steps before I went live. But I also had to increase the amount of days that I had to be at work. And so that definitely changed it. Because now I kind of still do a live, even if I haven't done the steps like today. Miley said, banger tunes, my 3-year-old is bopping. And Trish says, toddler's dancing in her high chair while eating her breakfast too. That's cute. Miley said, okay, so I'm asking for a roll call. Anyone in here who's on Discord, drop your handle if you want an invite to Bocce's Discord. Now, what did we end up using as the name? Pam said, do you still have bi-weekly Monday off? I do. As of this time. Actually, so I need to, are y'all okay if we do a listening of these songs? I just want to go down memory lane a little bit and see if I even remember why I wrote some of these songs. So Smear Campaign was me getting so tired of hearing the word smear campaign. I'm pretty sure if this is the song that I'm thinking of, this is how much I'm like, I don't even remember. Like, it's amazing how like lyrics can capture a moment in time. And you're like, how was I feeling? I think in this one, I was like, if I hear the word smear campaign just one more time, I'm going to lose my voice screaming at the top of my lungs. You know, so this is smear campaign.
The world is burning. I am here scrolling another thing on the docket to read. I see the comments of casual viewers on a video saying, my word, is this still going on?
Oh my word. I remember that so much. Just people in the comment section going, is this still going on? is what is happening? It's still is it just reminded me just how many people were detached from the case and how very few people were still very much invested in the case, because so many comments at that time was like, is this still going on?
It's like an accident that I don't want to slow down and watch. Yet here I am. If I hear the words smear campaign one more time, I am gonna lose my voice, screaming at the top of my lungs. She is so exhausted.
Hasn't changed. Screaming at the top of my lungs. She is so exhausting. So true. Still to this day. Though, I mean, I feel like, the more distance we have, the more they just, I think it's, thankfully, she hasn't done anything in a while. I feel like, oh, well, no, wait a minute. I guess she did the Hayden thing, but, which honestly, I don't know if y'all watched Elsrich and Karol's live. I did not know this, but I guess Elsrich was alerted that, like, Blake never followed Hayden. Hayden never followed Blake on social media. But she did follow Justin, and Justin followed her. So that's interesting. Anyways.
I think he was a saint, 'cause if we're just being given a taste of what she did to him on that movie set, it must have been torture. She won't take no for an answer, demanding us to love her.
Oh, that's another part of this whole journey. I was like, if we're just getting a taste of what you experienced on that movie set, then it must have been torture. I mean, that's the thing about Blake, was really this realization that she continually repeats the same pattern. The way she treated Justin is the way she treated the public. And it was it was torture. And I was like, this is, if we're just getting a little bit of a taste, Oh no, Miley. What? Justin was in Heroes with Hayden? Are you sure? What? He played her love interest in later. Oh, he did? What? What? I used to love Heroes. I do not remember Justin Baldoni. What? Justin was in Heroes 2 episodes? What? He was? I never knew this. Where? How? When? What? Justin Baldoni as Alec Wolseley? What? Who is that? What? His ability to breathe underwater? What? How come I watched that show and I never knew? What? Is there any clips of this? What? Sorry. That's why they followed each other. Wow. Okay.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
What is that hair? What is this? Sorry, Justin. I'm sorry. What is this elf? What is this? Oh my word. Okay. What?
This is Alex. He's my new boyfriend.
Okay. That doesn't explain why he's hiding in your closet.
Right. Well, where?
Oh my word. That woman, is she a meme now as well? I feel like I've seen this woman on a meme. Not Hayden, obviously, but the woman she's talking to. Is that woman in a meme? The one where it's like she's staring out and there's all like this equation stuff around her head. Am I mistaking her for that?
You really can make me say it out loud.
Absolutely.
We're having sex. And
Sorry.
no, it's wrong. Very, very wrong.
Wow. Wow. I never knew. That is wild. Anyways. In the last hour or so, I just wanted, again, I'm not gonna make y'all listen to all of these songs because there's 17 of them, but I do want to go down memory lane a little bit just to remind myself of what maybe I'll do. I already did a stanza and a verse here. I mean, a verse and a chorus here. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just do a verse and a chorus just to remind myself what each of these ones were. Oh, you knew better. I'm fairly sure this was about the New York Times.
You said you read it all, every message, every page, but if you really did, you know it wasn't that. You dressed it up as truth, sold it like it was clean, but you built it on shadows and called it a smear. Now you stand and go to court, acting righteous, acting sure, but the evidence you lean on was never yours to hold.
Oh, okay. I think I wrote this when the New York Times decided to sue Wayfarer for like getting their attorney's fees back. And I'm like, well, you should have known better. Like you said you read everything. If you read everything, you wouldn't have even said half the things that you said. Hi, Whitney explains it all. You said Justin definitely got finer as he aged. Yeah. Hi, Palms by the Sea. Yeah, I rewatched Everwood recently and had no idea. Didn't remember his character at all. It's always kind of fun whenever, like, you know, if there was a show back then called Before They Were Stars, and you would see them. So many people had done stuff like on Law and Order. Like Law and Order was like the place to go if you wanted to someday be a star.
I'm tired, I'm angry, I keep it low, I keep it steady. You know better, and you did it anyway. I feel sick, I feel heavy. Every word feels dirty. You know better, and you did it anyway.
So yeah, that one was about like you should have known better. Damage. Okay, I remember writing damage because I was saying, basically damage was about saying the damage is already done. That there's nothing that would restore Justin's reputation fully with everybody. Thankfully for Justin, I think he did recover a lot, but there's still a lot of people that still think that he did what she's claimed. So that's that damage.
Some people will always believe her, no matter what comes out. They'll hold on to the story and never let go of the doubt. He may never get his name back, not the way it once was. Even if the proof is clear, the damage has been done. He may never get his name back, not the way it once was. Even if the proof is clear, the damage has been done.
Yeah. That's always the tough part because allegations are powerful, right? And most of the time, like you'd like to believe that no one would make any false allegations. So, and again, I'm not saying, I think the difficult part with Blake was she took a little bit of truth and made it something different, And so, and I think she took a little bit of truth so that, and I've said this many a times, is so that once they needed to explain what happened, just the act of explaining it already, like, it already makes people lean into their, this belief of like, well, if you didn't do it, you wouldn't need to explain, kind of thing. And it's like, that's the way like a person can perfectly twist the truth. My word, I guess he's in a bunch of things that I never knew he was in, but then I didn't know he existed really. So maybe that's why I shouldn't be surprised because I never had watched anything of his stuff before. Excuse Me, Your Honor was obviously about Kevin Fritz during one of the hearings and him trying to get a word in edgewise and like the judge not really allowing him to have as much freedom to talk as the others.
Creators, get a little extra with YouTube shopping.
Extra?
Yep, you only need 500 subs.
Why do you sound irritated? Even before I open my mouth, when I am just fighting for my client. Excuse me, Your Honor, we just want the same treatment. We just want a chance to finish just even one sentence. Excuse me, Your Honor.
Bait and switch. Oh, what was bait and switch about? I think I'm guessing that bait and switch was I feel like it's like how I feel like Blake Lively played Justin by bait and switching him. That's my guess. I can't remember. I gotta play it to remember.
You say I have no motives except for you to win. As a director, as an actor, As a studio, as a writer, if you win, I win. If you win, our movie wins. It's that old bait and switch. You got 'em real good. It's that old bait and switch. You got 'em real good. You got 'em real good.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's when she acted like she was for him when she was really against him. Technically true. I'm pretty. This is the biggest thing about Blake Lively in her case, where I'm like, it's technically true, contextually false. And sometimes when somebody's technically true but contextually false is the most frustrating thing to witness.
It's not because you're unlikable that I don't believe you. It's 'cause I don't find you credible. I watch what you do with facts when you remove them of all context. Technically true, then the truth as far as it can go without breaking. Technically true, contextually false.
Oh yeah, I do remember. I really actually like this song, especially talking about like bend the truth as far as you can without breaking, because that's kind of, it felt like that's kind of the route that Blake Lively was going. Holding on, I think holding on was just like, I think I was getting tired in this case. And it was kind of, I think if I'm remembering correctly, it was like one of those moments when I kind of wanted to give up a little bit because it was so emotionally taxing. But I don't know. I got to play it to remember, but I think that's the case.
Websites your competitors don't want you to know, part 2.
All you do is go to this website, and it lets you find out.
I'm worn out from the headlines. Every day feels like a test. I still believe the truth runs deeper, even if she tries to bury it. Not every loss is a story, the end isn't written yet. I'm tired, but I'm holding on. People can lose battles and still find a way to win the war. I need to remember that.
Okay, I remember vaguely. I think there was some sort of headline that, you know, it was one of those moments where, again, it felt like, the headlines are trying to make it look like Blake had done like one or something. And I was like, I'm getting so tired of reading all these headlines, you know, it's exhausting. Elsie says, I'm happy you stayed, Bocce. Thanks, Elsie. I'm happy too. It's an amazing community that we have here. Oh gosh, so long. I have to play this. I don't even remember what this one was about. So long.
In the year of 2025, a CD, are you kidding me?
I remember.
Did you drive over? Or send it by snail mail? What's taking you so long? I thought this was your evidence. Are you afraid for people to hear it for themselves? Yeah. What's taking you so long? I thought this was your evidence. Are you afraid for people to hear it for themselves? Yeah.
I remember. It was Claire Ayoub. It was Claire Ayoub CD. We were waiting for it. And we were wondering why they were taking so long to give us Claire Ayoub's like CD, and we're like, isn't this your evidence? Are you just afraid for people to hear it for ourselves? And they were. Because when we heard that Claire Ayoub recording, we were like, you've got to be kidding us. Hi, Elisa. $100 million. Oh yeah, this is the one that I had someone create a parody video for. I remember.
If you've written a book and want to publish it to over 3 billion potential readers, now is your chance. Spines offers a new premium service that any writer could only dream.
My blood is boiling, you're a snake. You eat your victims alive. You ruin the lives of 100 million just to save your own. You disgust me. I can't look at you at all. You're not that innocent. Not innocent at all. What did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I remember all the feelings of like, you would ruin the lives of 100 million people just to save your own. Like, you disgust me. I remember the feeling when I was writing the lyrics to that. Waste Our Time. I gotta replay it to remember, but I gotta play it to remember, but it makes sense.
Every time the truth gets close, you drop another file. Smoking mirror, hide behind emotion. Redact. Flood the docket, drown the proof. Spin the story to change our view. Flood the docket, waste our time while you're crashing out on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I vaguely remember this. I know that it was during a time where she was crashing out on Instagram and she was just flooding the docket. And I'm like, okay, go ahead, flood the docket, spin it the way you want. You're wasting our time, while you're crashing out on Instagram. No More was written as a response to the No More document, the 30-point No More document. And it was my no more. No more this, no more that. Because I was like, no more.
No more selective feminism that only protects you. No more manipulating headlines through planet stories. No more controlling who gets to speak. No more using lawsuits as a press strategy. No more hiding behind your husband's fame. This is my 17-point side agreement. This is not intended as a starting point for a negotiation. We're tired of your manipulation. No more, no more, no more. No more, no more, no more. No more. Oh, no, 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 no more.
Isn't cry cut, or I don't know if that's how you say it, but isn't it like making like like cutting out shapes or something for artwork? Apparently we're not helping you here, Trish. You're like, somebody stop me, and everybody's like, I don't know. It looks like a great idea. Own goal. I think was me saying like Blake's whole thing is like an own goal.
Next, please.
I want a horror movie. A horror movie.
You wanted all the credit, just none of the blame.
Yeah, that's right.
You're so entitled, they asked why you did it, 'cause you could. You see it, you want it, you take it. You see it, you want it, you take it. We see it, we don't want you, we're no longer gonna take it.
Yeah, I remember that. Not Too Late. This was when I was trying to be hopeful for Blake. And I'm like, Blake, you can turn things around. You really could. She didn't. But at that time, I was hopeful that it would not be too late. Technically, as long as you're breathing, there's a chance, you know?
I am not wishing pain for you, not wishing your world to fall apart. No need for revenge to feel better, that will not heal any heart. You are hurting others, probably hurting inside too. I can want accountability and still want better for you. I hope you learn from this. I hope you choose to grow. I hope you find the strength to say, I let this go too far. I hope you pause and change. I hope you turn things around.
Read all about it. I'm sure that has something to do with the headlines, or I gotta remember.
Yeah. I used to trust the news. I thought they told the truth. I believe they were honest. Now I see the cracks, I see the spin, I see the choice of what gets shown. Headlines for sale, truth pushed aside. They choose what brings clicks, they choose what divides. It's not about truth, it's about money, power, access. Extra, extra, read all about it. Read all about it.
Oh yeah, that I think that was me realizing that people can be bought to write anything. Third Time's the Charm. That's the one about Jed Wallace and how like he got dismissed twice, and that I'm sure that Blake Lively was hoping third time's the charm.
Creators, get a little extra with YouTube shopping.
Extra?
By tagging what you love.
Drag his name in your New York Times hit piece and didn't even end up suing him, but everyone thought you did. You acted like you had a smoking gun while you were shooting blanks. Once dismissed, twice dismissed. I know you're hoping it. Third time's the charm. Third time's the charm. You said it.
Be For Real. I think this one was just a fun song.
New text in the docket. What's it gonna reveal? Is it finally gonna help you out? Don't know it. still helps them out. It shows that they did nothing. Are you not embarrassed, Blake? The way you put yourself on blast. Be for real, Blake, be for real, real. Get a clue, get a clue, get a clue. Check the context. Hey. Are you not tired yet? Be for real, Blake, be for real, real.
It's amazing. Like there were so many things coming out of me at that time frame, and yet I haven't written anything for a while now. Like nothing has inspired me to write anything. Like the last time I wrote anything was like, let me see. What is this? I don't remember doing this. What is this? Okay, that's not me. Did somebody get into my... What is this? I definitely did not do this. Somebody better not have gotten into my... Never Let This End was the last song. What's Never Let This End? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on. I'll probably play that as my outro or something. This out of Your Depth was about like people talking about how Out of Your Depth was about how people said, oh, he didn't need to show her the birth video because she knows how to act. And I was like, I feel like it's out of your depth. You're out of your depth. Maybe, I'm pretty sure that's what the song was about.
Your friends say you need no notes, but they were mansplaining. When you had 4 kids of your own, how dare they show you a birth video? You didn't need to research it all. Then why did the birth scene fall flat? Why did you act like your babies were birthed by surrogates?
Oh my word. That was kind of a me. Why did I write that? But I think I must have been feeling that way. Why does it seem like your children would... Well, I feel bad that I did write that. But I think that's really what I felt like. Like, okay.
You were out of your depth. You got a limited range. You don't know how to wait like anyone but yourself.
Do I have to create a Discord account then too? I mean, I would assume I would have to. Would I have to create my own Discord thing? Oh, there we go. There is the Discord thing. I have an actual Discord thing to click on. Create account. Okay, I'll do that later. So Miley, if you send it to the wrong person, then what happens? Do they just reject it or what? I mean, I think I've always said no to things because I'm like, I don't have the bandwidth to follow. But if we can watch things together, that's kind of fun. Okay, so the last song that I ever wrote on this whole thing was like June 6, 2026, which makes sense because there's nothing else really at this point. But this is, as a reminder, this is what that was. It was Never Let This End.
When will this end? When will you stop? Aren't you tired? What are you doing all this for? I thought it was finally over, you settled the case. But you're the kind of person who wants the last say. Even when you lose, you tell everyone you won. 'Cause all you care about is saving face. When will this end? When will you stop? Aren't you tired? What are you doing all this for? You like take over everything, you got a pattern. You're never breaking, it's all rinse and repeat. Another groundhog day, you're so predictable, your mind numbing. When will this end? When will you stop? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired? What are you doing all this for? Oh. You play the dice while you ruin lives. You're one of the most selfish people I have ever seen. Raise your hand if you've ever been a victim of cheating. A victim of cheating. When will you stop? Aren't you tired? What are you doing all this for? When will this end? When will you stop? Aren't you tired? What are you doing all this for? You'll never let this end. Never.
So if you accidentally invited the wrong person, can you just cancel the invite or what? How does that work? Oh, my word, is raining again. This is going to be interesting. I hope it doesn't rain all day. I really love it when I do get a chance to write something because it's just a really big way to release feelings, you know? And this one's one of my favorites. Y'all remember this one?
I can't hear your name the same way. I feel such disgust. You hide your tracks, you delete your text, but we see traces of what you said. Oh, hey Josh, the smallest man alive, not because of your size, but your lack of integrity. Your lack of honesty. Thanks for the spoliation, Josh. Say things with your whole chest, Josh. Don't be so scared to tell the truth. She threatened you. Why are you so afraid to say it? Oh, hey, Josh, the smallest man alive, not because of your size, but your lack of integrity, your lack of honesty. Thanks for the spoliation, Josh. You hope Justin's name wasn't in the trailer. Why is that, Josh? Is it 'cause you didn't want to be yelled at by Ryan? Was he gonna be your cash cow? Oh, hey, Josh, the smallest man alive, not because of your size, but your lack of integrity, your lack of honesty. Thanks for the spoliation, Josh. Your memory fails you. You just don't recall. You just don't know. Maybe if you kept your text, you could look back and remember. Hey, Josh, the smallest man alive, not because of your size, but your lack of integrity, your lack of honesty. Thanks for the spoliation, Josh.
Memory lane. I don't know what y'all's do for to like process things or whatnot. But like writing what I feel about stuff has always been like an outlet for me. To be able, like, sometimes if I'm feeling something, it's I just feel like the need to process. I will say that this song has nothing to do with the Wayfair, the Lively versus Wayfair case, but instead, do y'all know about do you ever watch any of those like TikToks where they talk about like their lessons about love and all that stuff? Well, I ended up writing this one because of this one guy that shared the lessons he learned about love. And so these are the words he shared, kind of rearranged by me. But I always loved the message that he shared. And so this is called The Way You Love Me.
I've been in relationships where I made myself small, gave my heart to those that didn't know how to hold it. My loneliest moment was when I was with someone who never truly knew me at all. Now here you are, holding my heart. You make me feel safe. When I speak, I know you listen. I trust the way that you love me. I don't want to live in my past regrets. No more woulda, coulda, shoulda. 'Cause sometimes things need to break and fall apart. The wrong things and for the right things to begin. Now here you are, holding my heart. You make me feel safe. When I speak, I know you listen. I trust the way that you love me. in my heart. You make me feel safe. When I speak, I know you listen. I trust the way that you love me. You make me feel safe. When I speak, I know you listen. I trust the way that you love me. You make me feel safe. You make me feel safe. When I speak, I know you listen. I trust the way that you love me.
I love this song too, Mary and Elisa. Like, I just really love the lesson the person shared, you know, about the whole process of when you love somebody and realizing that they actually don't actually love you back the way that you were hoping it was. But oh, there was another one. Okay, so this song I wrote because my friend had a crush on like a singer, and so this was a made up song about like, oh, what if you met your crush and now and she wants to be with you. So it's a purely like it's not at all going to be reality, you know. So it's called Perfect, because you know when you have a crush on somebody that's from very far away, they seem perfect to you, but they also like, yeah. So this is a song called Perfect about the teenage crush that he had on this singer. Also, as you're hearing like this song, I hope you can, I wonder if you can tell who he had a crush on by just how this song sounds.
Teenage crush with my songs on repeat. Now all grown, touch your chest, feel your heart racing. It's easy to love someone from afar. Are you ready to love me close? Oh, the closer you get, you see all my imperfections. Will I still be perfect for you?
You know what I just realized? Cat can have your tongue. I know what I meant by that, but I just realized the way that I constructed the next 3 lines. I realized that line could be way more sketchy than I intended, because I like rehearing that. Oh, which song, DeAndrea? Which song?
You see all my imperfections. Will I still be perfect for you? Did you think this day would come, that you and I would be standing here? I'll sing to you if you want me to. It's easy to love someone from afar. Are you ready to love me close? The closer you get, you see all my imperfections. Will I still be perfect for you? Perfect for you. Perfect for you. Perfect for you.
Thanks for letting me just kind of chill this morning and reminisce on some songs that I've written. Because it's kind of like, it brings me back. It brings me back to moments in time. Mary said, I love your songs, Bocce. You play as many as you want and tell us about them. Hi, Holly. You said I finally get to see a live. You will keep me awake at work. I actually am wrapping up because I have a bocce tournament, assuming that I'm not rained out here, which I don't think I am. It's going in spurts here. I wrote this. I wrote this one called "Move On from These Questions" after like my friend had passed away. So I wrote this song called "Move On from These Questions" because I think I was in my head a lot. Hi, Mark. You're making a parody site, a future parody site. Mary said, Bocce, don't forget the Discord. I will try to remember. I remember now why. I think somebody did suggest a Discord to me before, and I was like, I don't know if I have the capacity to do another platform. And I think that's why I didn't do it before. But then I think you brought me in with the whole thing about being able to stream stuff. And I'm like, what? We can stream stuff and watch things together? That's kind of fun. Oh, Mary, it was your persistence won. This one was this was the questions I'm gonna play this song. I wrote this November 30, 2024, so it's been over a year, almost 2 years on this song as I was processing the death of my friend.
I need you to move on from what could have been. I am now gone. There's no need to keep replaying in your mind things that cannot be changed. I need you to move on from these questions. I need you to live. I took my last breath. I refuse to let you take away yours. Standing still, 'cause you want to know if I liked you when I was alive. Leave those questions behind. It doesn't matter now, just know this. I loved you every single moment of our lives. I loved you for more than 30 years. It doesn't matter that we never walked down the aisle. What matters is every single minute of every memory we made. So please, I beg you, move on from these questions. Please don't let them keep you from living life right now. Just know that I have loved you. Let that be enough. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Leave those questions behind. Oh, 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 oh. It doesn't matter now, just know this. I loved you every single moment of our lives. Oh, 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 Let that be enough. What matters is every single minute of every memory we made. So please, I beg you, move on from these questions. Please don't let them keep you from living life right now. Just know that I have loved you. Let that be enough. Ooh. Oh, 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 oh. Leave those questions behind. Oh, oh, oh. It doesn't matter now, just know this. I loved you every single moment of our lives. Oh, 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 I need.
Oof. Oof. That was a tough one. And I hadn't listened to that one in a while. Just that. What's this one? Oh, yeah. That's different. I just want to listen to one more thing before I head off. I just don't know. Okay. I don't know what I want to listen to as my my final one. I don't know. Maybe I don't. There's so many things that ended up being What's more than? I wonder if I remember more than. Maybe I don't have anything. I want to play after all. Yeah, I think that's it. There's not. Oh, no. Anyways, I'll remember about Discord. I'll leave this open to remember to make an account. 2 online, 3 members, it says. Actually, hold on. I better do it now because I'm afraid I'm gonna. I wish they would let me type the year. Okay, create account. Wait, are you human? Please confirm you're not a robot. Move the correct missing block segment onto the incomplete tower. I can't tell which one's the incomplete. Oh, yeah, I can. Verify. Select item smaller than a monitor. My word, smaller than a monitor? These things, I guess. That's an interesting question. Finish signing up. Claim your account by entering an email and password. Okay. I'm claiming the account. I am human. Okay. It says it sent me a confirmation. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Oh, can I change my email? I forgot. I use my personal email rather than my Bocce Go Hawks email. Can I change that? Blasted. Am I able to change that? Bocce Go Hawks join the party. Okay, hold on. I don't know. I don't know how to change that, or even if I can. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter, but I want to get any notices in my other account, not in my email. User settings. Okay, this is what I'd rather go. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I know this is not like a fun thing to watch. Somebody creating an account, but I better do this with y'all right now, in order to remember. Okay, there we go. Okay. Verify email. Okay. Continue to Discord. Oh, wait. Okay. What did I just do? Okay. Okay. So this is what it looks like on my side. Is this correct? Wait a minute. So where do people watch things? Is that an event? I'm going to have to get used to this. Oh, does it go backwards or? Oh, it goes down this way. Got it. Oh. I'm going to have to get used to this. I'm going to have to get used to this. So how do you share, how do you stream? Like if I'm watching a movie and I want to watch it with y'all, how do we do that? We can watch stuff on either Bocce Briefs or the Jury Box. There's also Bocce's Bench, which is members only. Oh, interesting. Welcome to your first voice channel. Oh, am I doing something? No. Got it. Okay. I got it. Turn on video. Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, wait. Am I doing something right now? Do I hang up? How do I hang up? Disconnect. It is connected. What did I do? So what did I just do? Is that sent somewhere? Anyways. Wait till you see the server, Bocce. Mary knocked it out of the park. Is this the server? What's the server? Is this a server? Okay, well, y'all's, if I am not good about being on this thing, please know it's not because I don't want to be. It's just because it's hard to do multiple platforms at the same time. But I think what I will use this for is if we want to do like a streaming of something. Like if we wanted to watch like a movie to support, well, I mean, I guess would it be supporting Justin to watch it on a thing? Wouldn't it be more support if we watched it all separately? But I don't know. We shall see. I promise you it's easy to use, but gets tricky if you want to do things outside of just chatting. You got this. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So when we're streaming something, people are just chatting in the chat. Is that what's happening? Oh, wait a minute. It's 9:04. I got to go to get ready for my Bocce tournament. Hopefully I am able to do well in this Bocce tournament. At least I want to beat at least one person. I mean, come on. But I better go in order to like get ready to play somebody. Anyways, thanks for spending time with me. I know that today's live was a smorgasbord. It wasn't really one thing. It was a myriad of things. And it took us a while to even get to the Chip Babcock part of like the title of the live. Mary said I pulled your picture off Google Images, Bocce. Not stalking, I promise. Remember how like Google did me dirty with maybe it doesn't have it anymore. Let me see if it does. Because I was like, don't use. Maybe it does not. What? Interesting. It's interesting what to see when you like look at this. I didn't even know it tells you this kind of stuff. It says the creator Bocce Go Hawks publishes case-inspired tracks and short video content on their YouTube channel, including collaborative music videos like the Josh short created alongside PR Nightmare Records. Their songs, often written using AI music generation tools, satirize legal depositions, court hearings, and public headlines. Popular Bocce Go Hawk tracks and videos, a playful song inspired by Kevin Fritz's response, Criminal, 16 Days, Josh, created with PR Nightmare Records. If you want to find a specific track or post, tell me. What? Interesting. Who is... I'm scared to like, hold on. I'm going to stop sharing for a second before I see what it will say to this. Oh! Okay, I was afraid of what it was going to say when I did this. I said, who is Bocce Go Hawks? And it says, Bocce Go Hawks is a popular social media content creator. That's sweet of you to that's sweet of you to say, Google. I don't know about that. Hi, Roses Wild 79. And I like LC saying Bocce's beats. I like that. For the music one. Known for analysis and commentary in high-profile legal public relations and celebrity disputes, most notably breaking down the legal proceedings and public narratives surrounding Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively across platforms like TikTok and YouTube. Shut the front door. Like, why? Why is Google making me sound more official than I actually am? That's kind of that's a kind of sweet deal. Oh, I want to know who they say who is Elsrich. Elsrich, also known as Elsie, oh my word, is a digital content creator and commenter who hosts FAFO and Associates. She shares pop culture commentary focusing heavily on celebrity news and high-profile entertainment industry controversies such as the public dynamics surrounding Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni. Here's an overview of her online presence. Content style offers unfiltered commentary and pop culture breakdowns along platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Public appearances has discussed entertainment industry dynamics and celebrity coverage on media segments such as Hot Mics with Billy Bush. Community reception. Opinions on her commentary are mixed on forums like Reddit, where some users view her skepticism and questioning as necessary due diligence, while others debate her approach to online controversies. What? I wonder if they have one. Who is Docket updates? Will it show? Follows complex legal actions like Blake Lively versus Wayfarer Studios, Jones versus Abel, and related defamations or insurance disputes. Provides organized deposition lists, motion calendars, unsealed exhibits, and video evidence linked to motions for summary judgment. Serves as a centralized community and media resource for breaking down dense court filings and docket logs into readable timelines. I mean, this is wild to me. I know that Google does this, but it's just wild to read how Google presents. Okay, how about who is not actually golden? Not actually golden, often abbreviated as NAG or referred to as L, is a civil litigator with 25 years of legal experience who gained prominence as a legal analyst on social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube. She is best known for providing detailed document-based legal breakdowns of high-profile civil litigation and celebrity legal disputes, most notably the legal controversy surrounding Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Rather than offering breaking news, hot takes, her commentary focuses on analyzing actual court filings and legal mechanics. She hosts the Allegedly Golden podcast. Who is a little girl attorney? I'm just really interested. Like, what are little girl attorneys, the online handle, and pen name of Jenny, a California employment and litigation attorney who shares legal commentary and analysis on social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. The moniker, she adopted the handle Little Girl Attorney based on a derogatory remark made by opposing counsel during a multi-million-dollar trial in San Diego in 2017, using the name to reclaim the narrative and discuss everyday sexism in the legal profession. Wow! Her online content covers high-profile celebrity and cultural legal cases, including detailed breakdowns of court filings, motions, and litigation strategies. Y'all, have you ever Googled yourself to see what Google is saying about you? Because this is, I mean, who else? Who is Katie and KC? Oh, I never knew her name. Oh, my word. Am I supposed, what? Or has she? Mary said yes, and Google has nothing on me. I'm not searchable. Katie Hoffman, known online as Katie and KC, is a Kansas City-based registered dietitian, nutrition practice founder, a pop culture content creator, active on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. She gained substantial online discussion for her commentary covering high-profile celebrity legal dramas and pop culture. Registered dietitian nutritionist, running a weight-inclusive nutrition therapy practice in Kansas City, Missouri. Manages digital media channels under the handle Katie and KC, discussing local topics, pop culture trends, and entertainment news. Posted extensive commentary regarding the legal disputes involving Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Faced considerable online backlash and scrutiny across social media communities after transitioning from an initial pro-Baldoni stance to a self-described neutral position while reviewing case timelines. My word. Okay. This is really interesting. Who else? Oh, Court of Public. Who is Court of Public Opinion? I mean, Court of Random Opinion. A random opinion. Court of Random Opinion is a legal commentary and online culture channel hosted by. How do you say Lauren's last name? How do we say Lauren's last name? She gained notable attention for covering high-profile celebrity and Hollywood litigation, particularly the legal battles involving Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, after she and other digital content creators were subpoenaed in connection with those cases. Holds a master's degree in criminology from Florida State University and a bachelor's in psychology from the University of Arizona. Deep dive legal analysis, internet culture, media narratives, and commentary on public civil or criminal disputes. Became a central figure among commentary channels following discovery disputes and protective order filings involving subpoenas served to non-party online creators. Nike. Okay. Oh, wow. I just... Oh, Nady? Nady or Nady? Nady? I'm shooketh. Okay. Now I just want to ask, who is Blake Lively? Blake Lively is an American actress and entrepreneur. Born on August 25, 1987, she became famous for playing Serena van der Woodson on the TV show Gossip Girl and starred in movies like The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, The Age of Adeline, and It Ends With Us. Married to actor Ryan Reynolds since 2012, they have 4 children. Bridget Vreeland in The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, starred in Gossip Girl from 2007 to 2012. Founder of beverage brands by Betty Buzz and Betty Booze, as well as hair care line Blake Brown Beauty. You know what? They definitely suppressed a lot of things in this AI overview. That's for sure. You're telling me that AI overview could talk about the controversies that Katie's been in, but doesn't know how to have a controversy for Blake Lively? When she's got to be using some PR thing to mess with her, to make sure that it doesn't come up in an AI overview. Because how are you telling me that you're not going to tell me her biggest controversy when I look up Blake Lively? That's interesting. Who is Ryan Reynolds? Ryan Reynolds is is a famous Ryan Reynolds, Canadian actor, producer, and businessman, born on October 23, 1976. He is best known for playing the lead role in the Deadpool movie series, as well as starring in comedies and action films like The Proposal, Free Guy, and Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Started acting as a teenager on the Nickelodeon series 15, got his big break on the sitcom Two Guys and a Girl, achieved global superstardom by co-writing, producing, and starring in Deadpool, co-owns the Welsh professional football club Wrexham AFC alongside actor Rob, founded Maximum Effort, a film production company and a digital marketing agency, found major success as an entrepreneur and former co-owner of Aviation Gin and Mint Mobile, married to actress Blake Lively since 2012, and the couple shares 4 children together. Mary said, Bocce, did you tell me your favorite color already? It used to be red, and now it is purple. Oh, Echo, me and Ryan have the same birthday, you said. Oh. Miley said, I've Googled things for this case, and AI gave me incorrect information. Generally, when it comes to Ryan, he's hacking the algo or something. Yeah, I mean, the fact that neither of these mentioned the controversy tells me. I mean, the fact that the controversy came up for smaller creators and it won't show it for them, it's interesting. Who is Justin Baldoni? But I guess Justin Baldoni, it doesn't say it for him either. So maybe it's just all of them have PR to help make sure that it doesn't become the thing that people look for. Justin Baldoni is an American actor, director, and producer, best known for playing Rafael Solano on the CW series Jane the Virgin and for directing films like 5 Feet Apart and It Ends With Us. Starred as Rafael Solano in the hit comedy drama Jane the Virgin, made his feature film directorial debut with a romantic drama 5 Feet Apart, directed the biographical drama Clouds, directed and co-starred in the feature film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us, co-founded Wayfair Studios, a media company focused on purpose-driven, impactful entertainment, created Man Enough, an initiative, book, and podcast exploring modern masculinity, vulnerability, and fatherhood, created the acclaimed digital documentary series My Last Days, which highlights people living with terminal illnesses. Who is Jamie Heath? Oops. Look at that. His has he has something on his. So that tells me it's gotta be requested to not be on the top. Because for Jamie, it shows up. Jamie Heath is an American film producer, studio executive, and musician. He serves as the president and CEO of Wayfair Studios, an independent production company, and co-hosts the Man Enough podcast alongside Justin Baldoni. He gained broader public attention after being named in a legal complaint filed by actress Blake Lively regarding conduct on the set of the film It Ends With Us. See, it's gotta be. How is it have to show up for Jamie, and it doesn't show up for Blake, Ryan, or Justin, unless that is PR, like working on AI to make sure AI doesn't bring it up or something. You know what I mean? Because who else? I gotta go. I'm gonna be late for. I got suckered in here. Okay. Obviously, nothing coming in. Who else? Brandon Sklenar. Okay. Isabella Ferrer. Is a rising star, is she? How come Jamie's the only one that gets dinged in his AI overview? Who is Jenny Slate? Jenny Slate's overview does not even mention it ends with us. I feel like she requested don't even bring up I was ever in that show. In that movie. Hers doesn't even show she was part of It Ends With Us. I mean, It Ends With Us appears in, the only person who was in the main cast that it doesn't show up for is Jenny Slate. There's got to be a choice. Yeah. Okay. I got scared into this. I gotta stop because like I gotta go. I wonder how big, quote unquote, you have to be in order for an AI overview to be created of you. Because I just tried to search someone else that's a creator, and that person didn't have an AI overview. And I'm like, interesting, that's interesting. Okay, bye everyone.